Yo, what's going on guys? Arekkz here. Welcome back to another video for Monster Hunter Rise, and in this one I wanted to put together a handy checklist, so to speak, of things that you should be doing, 6 things, in Update 3.0. Now of course, Update 3.0 dropped the other week, and by now you've probably farmed Valstrax, you probably fought the final boss. However, in the event that you haven't done everything, or maybe you've been sort of playing at a slightly more casual pace, then if you want a checklist of things that you should consider checking out, things you should do, things you should tick off, then this is your video. So if you do enjoy this, a like would be super appreciated, and let me know in the comments down below what things in the update so far you've been enjoying the most. So to begin with, in at number 1, if you haven't done this already, you should unlock the new map, Infernal Springs. Honestly, this is really cool. It is a new arena map, and thematically, of course, it is a similar area to where the final boss fight takes place. I really like the look of it. I think it's a super cool arena, and the fact that it sort of was snuck in near the end is actually really cool. If you guys haven't done this yet, then once you go into Update 3.0, once you defeat the final boss, once you then fight Valstrax, you then have the option to complete some advanced quests, and obviously, you know, for the most part, they don't really give you anything. In fact, they are just quests for you to do. Advanced quests are typically more challenging, but outside of that, it is really just like a thing to fight. However, if you complete them, they unlock more advanced quests, and if you complete enough of them, you'll get to the point where you unlock the advanced quest called Proof of Power, and this is located in a brand new map called the Infernal Springs. So if you haven't done this yet, you haven't experienced it yet, then this is what you should be doing. However, related to this, if you then go on to point number 2, for those of you guys that are completionists and those of you that want to unlock all of your medals, your awards for your guild card, then there is one more medal tied to this new map, tied to these advanced quests, because once you complete the first one in the Infernal Springs, the Proof of Power, you will then unlock the final advanced quest, those Crowned Apex. This will have you hunt 3 Apex monsters in that new map, and upon doing that, you will then unlock the Fan of True Ascendancy, which is another medal for your guild card. So if you're a completionist, then this is definitely one to tick off. Of course, in number 3, if you haven't done so already, you now want to be upgrading your Rampage Weapons all the way up to Rarity 7. Of course, with some of the new Rampages, you have your Defender tickets, you now have the ability to push them up to Rarity 7, and some of the Rampage Weapons are honestly fantastic. However, one of the nice things about them is that as part of Update 3.0, you can also layer your Rampage Weapons. It is worth noting, you can only do this once you have maxed them out, so if you organically just go to the layer Rampage option at the smithy, you'll normally see nothing, but once you upgrade and max out the Rampage weapon, you can then put whatever skin on it that you want. So if there's a weapon that you really like the look of, but it perhaps wasn't really good, didn't fit your mix set, just wasn't necessarily a good weapon, so to speak, then this is your chance to do that. So I've been using this for sort of some of the final boss designs, because honestly, I just really like them. Outside of that, make sure you test out the Valstrax Gear. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been doing this one already, but honestly, I've been having a bunch of fun with it. Like, as sets go, this is a really nice set. Now, obviously, you know, there's a few pieces in there that are definitely being used in some of the mix sets, but even if you just run the armor set as a whole, it is actually really nice, and you can very easily use the slots to max out some of the skills. In fact, simple build that I did, nothing special, but I decided to sort of lean into the strengths of the both the Valstrax Weapons and the Valstrax Gear, and I basically maxed out Dragon Attack and also maxed out Resentment, so that I can basically sort of take full advantage of the fact that this set not only gives you a damage boost when you are inflicted by abnormal statuses, but of course I can then lean into the sort of dragon potential of the weapon, plus just as a means to give me another abnormal status, I happen to have a Hellfire Cloak charm, so I sort of threw that on. I just really like Hellfire. I think it's a really cool new skill, and I love the fact that the first time you use it in a hunt, it's just a free knockdown, so I basically now have different ways to sort of proc that abnormal status bonus, and of course I've then sort of lent into the dragon side of things for the Valstrax Weapons. So, you know, there's plenty of stuff you can do with this. You can, of course, just use some of the pieces, but I do recommend, if you haven't done so already, to check this out. Plus, you can upgrade it for some pretty meaty defense. Outside of that, do not forget that if you have not done this already, you can upgrade the Nawa and Ibushi gear and unlock the new skill, the new armor skill. We did do a dedicated video on this one, but if you haven't done this yet, then upgrading the Nawa and Ibushi gear will let you use some of the final boss parts to basically add a skill, the Storm Soul, to those armor pieces, and in doing so, if you then go to the sort of very top of it, it allows you to effectively get the most out of these armor sets as they were initially intended. It basically gives you the ability to then boost up the skills, those sort of like 1-point skills, to level 2 and level 3 if you go all the way to level 5. However, one thing I forgot to mention in my previous video, while this does not apply to decorations slotted into the armor, you can't slot it into the Nawa armor because they have no slots, but if you were to slot it into, say, the decorations on, say, a charm, it does not increase those. However, if you swap out one of the pieces, so you just go 4-piece Nawa or 4-piece Ibushi and one other armor piece, it will also apply to the skills on that armor. So you can say, you know, if I throw in the Valstrax gloves, which have 2 points in weakness exploit, by having 4 points in either Nawa or Ibushi to give me Storm Soul, that then pushes that up to weakness exploit level 3 as an example. Again, doesn't work for the decoration slotted into the armor, but as a means to sort of mix and match, if you run 4-piece final boss, 1-piece something else, you can still use this well. And of course, outside of that, you do have some event quests. They also drop some brand new ones if you haven't done them. Don't forget, there is the new event quest called I Can't Do What Summoner Can. This is just to unlock a gesture. So again, nothing super exciting, but they did say there are some collaboration quests coming soon. So once we find out more about them, I will let you guys know. And if you want to go over to the arena, there are now some challenge quests, or there is a singular challenge quest, which you can do. So that, for the time being, is pretty much it. That's just a quick rundown of some things you should consider doing in Update 3.0 if you haven't done so already. If you guys did enjoy this, like would be super appreciated, and keep it locked for plenty more. If you want to catch more from us at Arekkz Gaming, don't forget you can catch the guys 269 and Paradise Central streaming over on Twitch weekdays, playing a variety of games. If you guys want to jump in, tune in, watch, and even join in, then make sure you check them out. The links to those are in the description box down below, and of course you can join the Discord to get involved in all of the discussions.